How to age without getting old. Do you know how? I tell you how. Well, this song's about saying a prayer, but it's not a Christian song. It's that $90. It would be worth it anyway. I wish I knew some more about some of these other authors, or maybe I don't wish I knew more about them. There's no Joel Osteen, unless he has his own shelf somewhere around the place. One of my favourites of all time, The Cross and the Switchblade. I can see some books, some authors and stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to, it's going to cause too much stuff in the comments. I can't be bothered. You know that movie, the dun, 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 dun. So I'm back by popular demand in the Christian bookstore, and I'm wondering why this secular music is playing first of all. But I'm going to have a look through some sections here. We're going to start off here in the Christian living section, because this particular section will have a lot of mainstream stuff that we can comment on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by going to one of the favourites of the Word of Faith movement, Joyce Meyer. Have a look at how much stuff there is. There's book after book after book after book after book. She takes up a whole shelf here just about. This is incredible. Incredible. It's amazing how this is probably the most mainstream thing here. I found another one from her here. Look at this, right? How to age without getting old. Do you know how? I tell you how. It's Botox. It's what she has. I remember once she said that, God would want me to spend this money on my face so I could look good on TV. Something like that. God would want her to look good on TV. It's crazy. Well, this song's about saying a prayer, but it's not a Christian song. So we'll have a bit of a look around here. We got, of course, this guy gets his face all over the place. Joseph Prince, you are destined to reign. Another one of those preachers, another one of them. Look at that. There's so many of his books that are just stocked in here. Just often. I don't know why, but it's always these types of names. But you know what is actually interesting in here? I've had a look through all of this section, and it's in alphabetical order. There's no Joel Osteen, unless he has his own shelf somewhere around the place where he is just dominating a bookshelf. I would have expected he would have had more than Joyce Meyer, but he's not here. I don't know why. We'll see if he's somewhere else in the store. All right, everybody. Who took my books? Did somebody buy all my books? Or did Kurong wake up and realize that I'm a heretic? I don't know. I'm glad he's not here, but I don't know where he is. He might pop up somewhere. We'll see. What else do we have around here? Just going to have a bit of a look around the Christian living. So we've previously spoken about Michael Todd. He's just a showman, not a preacher. Some of the crazy things in his services, pouring maple syrup on a Bible and spitting on his hands and rubbing it on a man's eyes, is just crazy. We've spoken before about Rick Warren as well, and it's all of these same familiar names. I wish I knew some more about some of these other authors, or maybe I don't wish I knew more about them. I've got no idea. What have I seen? Dave Ramsey. I've seen him on YouTube talking about money on his channel. I don't know anything about him. I didn't even know that he was Christian. What do we have? All of these other books. Oh, those are health and well-being. Last time we talked about the battlefield of the mind. We went into that one there. That's a very popular book by Joyce Meyer. What's interesting here, and so there are a number of these types of people. As I've said before, that Timothy Keller is really popular in these stores. I don't know if he has much good stuff or not, but some of his stuff on the social issues were just liberal and concerning, so I never really went near any of his books. Here again, another one, Counterfeit Gods, but I've heard people say that they have been blessed by his stuff before. All of this here, so I don't know, maybe he has some good stuff, but for me it's just a no because of that. I've seen Jack Hibbs, his channel before, haven't watched much of it. One of the most controversial that we always hear, if someone mentions Billy Graham, people love him and people say that you don't know his history, he's a Freemason, whatever. I don't know. I'd be interested to know a bit more about what people think. What do you think of Louis Giglio? Do Do you remember like his DVDs, How Great Is Our God and Indescribable? I remember they inspired me back in the day. Some of those were really good. You can buy those here as well. Ben Carson, he's SDA, I think, Seventh-day Adventist, which is problematic. People will hate me for saying that, but all right, let's keep moving and see what else we can find here now. In the fiction section, we've seen this before. These are look at this, the chosen novels. They've got the chosen novels, and I actually saw this here, right? All of these books here. Have a look at this. Dallas Jenkins' The Chosen, Book 2, come and see. 21-time New York Times bestseller. 21-time New York Times bestseller. You just make this mainstream product that people love, and then you can just put out materials and you can make as much money as you want, I guess. It's just crazy, because The Chosen, they say, right, that we're trying to portray the authentic Jesus, but you can't make him any more authentic than he is in the Bible. And they admit that only 5% of the show is actually from the Bible. But then they'll say, oh no, it's just entertainment. So which is it? Are you trying to portray the authentic Jesus, or is it just entertainment? And then they'll have Bible studies, guides and stuff for churches. I thought it was just entertainment. They contradict themselves so much, and there's so many problems on and off screen. Remember when Matthew is giving Jesus tips for the Sermon on the Mount? And there are so many things like that in there. Biographies, we'll see what we can find. I've seen this one come up before around the place, Mr. Eternity, a guy who wrote the word eternity all over the streets of Sydney. I don't know anything else about it though, to be honest. One of my favourites of all time, The Cross and the Switchblade by David Wilkerson, who's probably my favourite preacher of all time. I've got this book, I love this book. I would recommend anyone get this book. And I've just seen here his biography. I haven't read his biography. It would be interesting to read his biography, actually. That would be one that I would be interested in reading. What else do we have? I was trying to find the biography No Compromise by Keith Green, because that's one of my favourites of all time, but I couldn't find that one here. The Faith of Elvis. Someone tell me more about that. I don't know about that. All right, another one that is just amazing, The Hiding Place by Corrie ten Boom. She is incredible. Dutch, a woman who was, she helped save Jews during the Second World War from the Nazis, and she has some great stories. And also I've got a 3-in-1 book of hers too, where she recounts little stories broken down, but The Hiding Place is her biography, her autobiography. C.S. Lewis, that would be interesting actually to read about C.S. Lewis. Then what else do we have here? Let's just have a bit of a look around. Oh, look at this one. That would be interesting. So that is Eric Liddell, is it? Liddell. He's the guy from the movie Chariots of Fire. That was based on that story about the Olympics and how he didn't run on a certain day because it was the Sabbath or something like that. I'm not sure, but you know that movie, the dun, 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 dun. Oh, we got look at all these movies and different stuff like that. Lauren Daigle. Remember she made those comments about not being sure about homosexuality and sitting on the fence. As soon as someone says that, I mean, that's just a basic. And what do people think of these? There were people that were saying that this movie was questionable too. So, The Redeeming Love. I'm not heaps into Christian music. I just listen to like instrumental Christian music, hymns, stuff like that. So in terms of that, the DVDs, I do like some corny Christian DVDs. I don't actually mind those too much, but I wouldn't know anything about any of these things, to be honest. I wouldn't know anything about those, and I haven't seen any movies for a while, so I don't know. Then we'll go past this section. Pray for me right now. I'm going past the Chosen section. Look, how much money would they make? Kids book. Let's get them into this. Let's get them into this nice and early, hey? Let's get them into a different version of Jesus, a very worldly, non-confrontational one very early, hey? That'll be a great way to kickstart their faith journey in life, won't it? So I haven't planned any of this now, so I'm not sure exactly where I'm going, but if you came last time, you remember this, going past these Bibles. These were quite cool, actually, these old Bibles, Geneva Bibles. So And I actually just want to give you a bit more of a look at some of these books, because last time I think I moved a bit quickly through, but you can see we're back at the church history section. I want to find some that I can speak on specifically. We won't go into all of the Bibles this time. I touched on those a little bit last time, but it's really great to just see so many Bibles there, as long as they're the right translation. I'm not a snob. I don't mind a number of translations that are okay, but there are some that are questionable, obviously. Like the Passion is terrible, the Message is a paraphrase, and then you've got other ones like the NLT, which is too watered down for me, but there are some other ones. I'm not going to get too dogmatic about that. I'm trying to see if there's anything here that I actually know. I can see some books, some authors and stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to, it's going to cause too much stuff in the comments, I can't be bothered. I can't see anything, so I'm just going to let you have a bit of a look now. So if there's anything that stands out, you can actually just leave your comments. It's probably better, I should have done this last time a bit more, to give you a bit more of, look, Timothy Keller's come up again. It comes up everywhere. Can anyone spot any authors or books that they like? Can anyone, maybe you want to take the time to recommend any yourself too? This music is so loud and off-putting. I don't get it. Theology. What the heck is this music? This is crazy. Here. Evangelism and the Sovereignty of God. J.I. Packer. I've heard like these ones like J.I. Packer have a lot of good stuff, but they're Calvinists. That's the problem. Calvinism is an invention of Augustine, who was a Gnostic monk for 9 years, part of the Manichaean cult, who introduced that form of individual election, that God chooses some, but he doesn't choose others. It's completely false. It's completely unbiblical. Gavin Ortland, he's got a good channel. He's got some good videos on there. I don't know if he's too charitable to Catholics at times, but anyway, you let me know your thoughts. This song is a Christian song. I didn't know. See, R.C. Sproul, that's why John Piper, these are all Calvinists. I wouldn't go near them personally, even if they have good stuff. These systematic theology books. Now, I love this, I said last time, the classic section here, so Dietrich Bonhoeffer. What else do we have here? Augustine. Stay away from Augustine, as I said. Stay away from Augustine. What the Pilgrim's Progress. See, this is cool. I think this one was the exact book that I've got of the Pilgrim's Progress. And then there's this, look at that. That is such a beautiful cover on that book there. And then we're back at the C.S. Lewis, which I went over last time. Mere Christianity is one of my favourite books of all time, and Screwtape Letters is a very good book too. Really like that one. I recommended that previously, but Mere Christianity is just the best one of just evidence for the faith. There's so many great philosophical thoughts on it. I mentioned previously that Andrew Murray's books are great. This book here, look at that. This is a huge, thick volume. I might actually buy that. How much is that? $90. It would be worth it anyway, because that is just that would be a wealth of, I can't tell you how good Andrew Murray is. He's one of my absolute favourites. I strongly recommend him for sure. And look at that. An Andrew Murray commentary on the book of Hebrews. I wasn't expecting that. So I would definitely recommend Andrew Murray's stuff. And maybe we'll just see if there is anything. I'm just going to give you a bit of a walk through some of these things. I think apologetics are so important. Look, more Timothy Keller. He is dominating this store. He's all over the place. Greg Kukul, really good. He's got a channel as well, which is really great. And I've read his stuff before. Tactics is really great. It's about how to actually discuss apologetics with people, like the tactics and the questions and stuff like that. Really good. I've got these Answers in Genesis book. Ken Ham, a fellow Aussie. He's got a lot of stuff. What else do we have here? A good mate bought me this one. Got that. Evidence for the Flood. There's heaps of stuff here. I think it's really good. I think it's good to just have a basic understanding, at least have evidence for the resurrection and the veracity of the Bible, and then you can put that before people. You're not going to be able to convince everyone with answers. It's a hard issue, but still. Sorry, I'm just crawling on my knees at the moment. Lee Strobel has some good stuff. The Case for Christ is a classic book. I remember the movie came out for that one as well. Is there anything else? Not too much that I didn't cover previously. There's a whole bunch of leadership books in here, so you can have a look there. There's always a lot of John Maxwell books in these places, and I'm not a huge fan of Christian leadership books. Like, I don't really believe in putting, you can learn things from them, and if you're in a business and you're doing stuff, but, you want to lead. 360-degree leader. John Maxwell always has so many books in these sections, but if you want to lead, basically be like Jesus, have a Christ-like character, have a heart for God, have a heart for people, and people will follow you as you're walking in the Holy Spirit. That's how I see it, honestly. So many people focus on the outside. I do this tactic, that tactic, that tactic, that tactic. I just think live like Christ and be mature, and that to me is what is true leadership. Christian worldview. I'm not sure what any of these things have here, but anyway, so that is a bit of a look around the store again. I don't know if you have any thoughts. Evidence Study Bible by Ray Comfort. That is amazing. Ray Comfort. I love Ray Comfort stuff, and Living Waters is one of my absolute favourite channels. So good. So good. I'm just so happy that he's commented a couple of times on my videos. That's my claim to fame. Love his stuff. It's helped me so much personally. And then last time we didn't come through here, the devotional section. There's all different types of devotionals. Oh no, why? Why are you doing this to me today, Kurong? The Chosen devotional, the Chosen, the Gospels, the blended harmony of the Gospels. Mike Winger did a video on this, of how the Chosen, why this was actually a problem, and how it didn't really sort of match up their blended harmony. That would be worth actually having a look at. But look at how much material is they're just putting out. They are just absolutely, this is a business. This is a business. I mean, and I've done a whole playlist on the Chosen. I'll actually post that in the pinned comment, and you can see that whole playlist on the Chosen, why it's problematic on and off screen, because you've heard me talk about that. Now here's one that is a classic devotional, and a lot of people have spoken about Streams in the Desert. You tell me what you think. I used to have this one. Someone bought me this very early on in my faith journey. I don't know if it's still at home or if I don't know what I did with it, but someone quoted the one from, they sent me the one from the 7th of February, I think it was, recently, and it blew me away. It was George Mueller. That's another one. You want to read the George Mueller autobiography. That is just one of the absolute best books as well. So that's what we've had a bit of a look at here. And we'll just see what else there is. Oh, there's just some more devotional books around here. I don't know if I'm moving too quick or not. It's not like you can tell me, so I'll just have a bit of a look. You can pause if there's anything there. There's all these children's books around here too. Have a look. Children's book section. So this store has a lot of stuff. It's hard to know what's good, what's not. Chronicles of Narnia are always very popular there. So that's interesting. And some more devotionals here. So yeah. Anyway, so I hope you've enjoyed the tour around here. Would love to get your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree or disagree with anything. Let me know if you have any further comments to add. Would be very interested. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see next time, if you'd like to see another video like this. So yeah, Would love to get your comments. Leave them below, and talk to you soon, friends.